Welcome to Snark Marks, everybody. We are a very funny podcast out of Central Valley of California. I'm Andrew. That's Dusty.
Hey.
We were going to do a movie thing, but nobody's available. We have no friends.
In the summertime, when no one's available, then you do a classic show.
Everybody's working, or they're going to Mammoth in July. I don't know, Kai. Mammoth is a winter place.
I bet it's nice in the summer. I've never
You
been.
cuddle with bears?
No, well, they're asleep. I think that's the key time.
Don't defend her, okay? Hold on. I think I hear something. Hold on.
All right. King of Bits, ladies and gentlemen.
What? What are you talking about?
The low-key King of Bits.
Oh, are you talking about my solidarity bandage, Dusty?
No,
are you not wearing a solidarity bandage?
I don't want to acknowledge a solidarity bandage at all.
I wasted a giant Band-Aid for that. If you're not on the YouTube, you don't know what I just did. You probably can guess what I just did.
Never happened. Never going to talk about it. Never happening. I hope it hurts. I hope it hurts when you take it off.
Didn't hurt that bad. I very carefully avoided my hair.
Right. Should have thrown a fist up when you did it.
Fight, ladies and gentlemen. Fight.
I
thought he was yelling fart. But anyway, follow us on the socials at Snark Marks Pod on Instagram and Twitter. Dusty's at SnarkMarkD on Twitter. I am at Andrew Idell on Instagram. Go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the thumbs up button. How many times do I have to say this?
I feel like some people aren't hitting that thumbs up button. It's making Andrew very upset. It's the only thing he'll talk to me about now off air.
Yeah. I text him all day.
It's exhausting. I'm not seeing those numbers. Yeah, not seeing a number go up.
Still got rookie numbers, Dusty.
Yeah. I have to talk to you about something, Andrew. And it's timely because I am turning a particular age. I'm going to be a man of a certain age. I'm going to be a man finally, you know.
Tell people what I texted you when you told me what age you're turning.
So this year, on my birthday, undisclosed today, I am turning 40 years old.
Yeah,
I'm a man. I'm 40. I can deal.
Talk
with
to
it.
me. I'm a man. I'm 40.
I can deal with it. And Andrew just replied because he didn't know if I was turning 40 or 41, and I texted him 40, and he just texted back, "Ew, gross," which is exactly how I feel. But I feel like I have to say a phrase that men of my age say, which is, "Service is getting worse." Andrew, kids these days, all right?
Oh no, dude, I'm on board. They suck ass.
I because I'm also a 40-year-old man who lives in the great country of the United States of America, I have obstructive sleep apnea. And
it's so funny every time you say
it. I have to have a machine that helps me breathe every night.
That's one good thing about the future.
That's one good thing about the machines.
We have breathing machines for people who don't know how to breathe.
Yeah, the Matrix is just everybody's got obstructive sleep apnea. That's why they're all in pods with the machines breathing for them.
Yeah.
But I got a bill because I got to pay for this stupid ass machine that keeps me alive through insurance.
It's an ass machine?
Yeah.
How are you breathing?
It's a series of tubes. I'll leave it to your imagination.
It's a very inconvenient direction they have to go, but it works the best. They say your tongue's not up. Your tongue's not down there.
That's the second inconvenient truth. Al Gore wasn't able to release that movie in
the good news
theaters.
is we can fix this.
Yeah.
The bad news is it's in your ass.
Yeah, maybe you stuck it up your ass. So I get a bill.
Yep.
For this machine, and the bill is a 2-digit number.
2 digits in your ass, huh?
Yeah. It's
you should just do the one.
Yeah, just like Amber Rose said about Kanye. But it's all right,
2-digit bill.
I'm like, okay, Fine.
That's not very big.
No. The next month's bill comes, 3 digits.
Oh, we're adding digits.
And I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
So I call them. And they're like, can we help you? And I'm like, yeah, I got a bill for this amount of money, which again, I wasn't stoked about, but fine. Then I got a bill for this other amount of money. Why is it more money? And they're like, the lady's like, well, it could be that you're getting billed twice now. Well, am I getting billed twice, or is is that what's happening, or could it be a different thing? Because I just need to know which amount of money I should expect to pay every month.
What do you mean by getting billed twice?
Well, that's what I was asking her.
If I get billed twice, then each one should be less, right?
Right. Well, or if they like doubled up months. She's like, maybe, you didn't pay 2 full months, or they waited to bill you until there were 2 months.
Was the second one double?
About, yeah.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, so why is the first bill I got this amount of money? Oh, well, your insurance covered some of it, and then some of it was your responsibility. Okay.
Sick.
Why is the second bill more money? Oh, well, and then I'm on the phone with her for a while, and I was like, I just need to know, is the second amount of money what I can expect to pay every month, or is the first amount of money the amount that I'm supposed to pay each month? Because I'm confused why the numbers are different.
Yeah, we shouldn't be dealing in make-em-ups.
Right. And she's like starting to get agitated at me. And I'm like, I don't know. Like, I think I'm asking a pretty simple question with a pretty simple answer.
Yeah.
What amount of money am I going to pay? And are you not able to see why I would be confused, given that I've now been given 2 bills that are different bills? Like, I pay for a washer and dryer every month. It's been broken up into 12 equal payments. It's the same amount every month.
Yeah.
What's your guys' system? I just need to know. And so
are you dealing with, as I've referred to in the past, Dan?
No, this person
appeared to be in the contiguous United States.
Yeah.
Well, that's good, because at least it's not a language barrier situation. Well, right, that's almost bad. Because she understands what you're saying and can articulate back to you.
Yeah, and I was like, maybe I'm not saying it right. But I think about 2 bills for one piece of machinery that are 2 amounts of money. I just need a reason why one is more than the other. I could pay this other bill. I just don't know why it's more money.
Yeah.
And so eventually it's like, well, you have to pay this amount, the second amount. Of course, the one that's more money, I have to pay every month until this thing is paid off.
She's like, you hear her whispering, like, he said he's okay with the big amount.
Yeah. To be clear, I'm not okay. I'm just saying.
Nope, I heard you. This is recorded. I told you this is recorded for quality assurance purposes.
For the
quality of our pockets.
Yeah, the quality of my shirts. And then, that I'm a man who is single-handedly on my back trying to hoist the theater industry, the movie theater industry.
You are.
Solo.
And goddamn it, we're proud of you.
I'm a man on a mission, And I went to the movies.
Yep.
And I thought to myself, you know what? I'm going to get a little treat. Because we know, if you listen to this podcast,
Dusty likes a treat.
Dusty likes a treat. Get in the line.
You got a treat at the movies.
At the movies, yes.
Oh, this isn't a normal Dusty thing, though. Dusty likes a treat. Dusty usually doesn't like a movie treat, because Dusty likes to take, even though he is holding up the movie industry, he does so on a subscription basis and tries to take them for everything they got.
Look, they don't get any money from the concessions, okay? The movie industry is not making money from the concessions. But the movie
theaters do, and they're fucking. I saw a guy who owns a movie theater on the street corner in his bellhop uniform with a can the other day.
Pockets turned out. We thought Furiosa was tracking better than this. But I also had points, so I wasn't going to spend any of my money. I'm not a rube. But I was in line, And I'm like, okay, I don't show up. The Jacob's going to be infuriated. I don't show up at the time the movie says that it starts, because there's a ton of bullshit before the movie starts that I don't really care about. I know what
And
movies are coming out.
You've been to enough movies where there's no novelty to the bullshit. Sometimes I enjoy the bullshit. I like sitting there with a date and watching every trailer and going, "Oh, that looks good," or
Right.
"That looks like ass." I
Well,
can't
and
believe
most of
they're
the
using
time,
another Led Zeppelin song.
yeah. Oh, they're using "Sweet Dreams" by Marilyn Manson again.
Yeah, most of the time it's just me going, "I'm never gonna watch that movie. Won't see
Yeah.
that one either. That one
Well,
looks stupid."
I might
Sydney
go
Sweeney again.
I might go see this one, or I'll say that I will, but I never will.
Nope.
Well, and most of these movies I'm going to by myself, so there is no trailer novelty of turning to my friend going, "Oh, Gladiator 2 looks pretty good."
You can always text me if you want.
Well, then Gladiator 2 looks pretty good. But
they're riding Denzel's ass for that. We can talk about that after.
Yeah. So I'm in line, and there's two people in front of me, and I'm about 10 minutes past the time that the movie has purported to start, which means the trailers are probably starting about then.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm okay. I don't need to see the trailers. I know what's coming out. I'm on the pulse. But I like to get there before the actual movie starts. It's a loss if I get there and the movie started and I was in the line. It took 20 minutes for this dude to help two people in front of me. And it doesn't matter, regardless of which person it's going to. The slowest people in the world work in the concession stands at the movie theater, apparently. I don't understand it.
Yeah, man, they're stoned, Dusty. What did these
Right.
people have big crazy orders?
It's not really. It's like they don't have a back line, and maybe the industry does not allow for such things at this point.
Oh, so guy takes the order, then guy has to go get the popcorn, then guy has to get the hot dog and like all that shit.
He has to go get the hot pretzel. He has to go get the thing. He has to put the drink so it can get it's a big process. But even still, I'm like,
a little bit
of
urgency.
Yeah, like the people at Taco Bell knock that shit out. So I don't,
it's always wrong, but they knock it out.
Yeah, you're getting something in about 3 minutes. Whether it's the thing you wanted or not is, who knows. But the lady, there was a lady at the very front of the line right when I got to it who was moving over. She had just ordered, so she didn't count in my order, in my thought of the two people in front of me, right?
Mm-hmm.
But she ordered a hot treat, and so she had to wait on the side for it to come, and it was a pretzel for her kid. And she gets the hot pretzel, and she's like, "Does it come with cheese?" Because if you get one of those pretzels, it's because you want pretzel cheese to put the pretzel
in. You gotta have something. Yeah, you don't just eat a pretzel raw. What the fuck are you doing?
But they charge.
What country is this?
This is an old trick.
They charge the cheese?
They charge for the cheese, and you have to ask for it. You have to go, "I would like pretzel cheese, please."
Pretzels are $9.50, but if you want to enjoy your pretzel, that's $11.50.
It's $11.50. So then she goes, and I hear this conversation off to the side, and she's like, "Do I get pretzel cheese?" And he's like, "Actually, you have to pay for it." And she's like, "Do I have to get back in the line to order pretzel cheese?" And the guy is like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Oh, this poor woman."
Yeah.
Because now the line is long. The line has gotten significantly longer since I got in it. So she's trying to figure it out, and she's looks kind of lost. And so I just go, "Excuse me, do you have," because she's like, "I have cash. Can I just give you cash for it?" And he's like, "No, you have to get in the line. No side deals at the movie theater."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "You have cash?" And she's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Can you just give it to me and I'll just order pretzel cheese for you?" Because that sucks. And you shouldn't have to get in this long ass line to get something that should come with your pretzel for free.
Yeah.
So I get up there, I order my free thing, I order the pretzel cheese, the dude goes to hand it to me, and I'm like, "Actually, it's for her. Just give it to her." And the guy looks at me and he goes, "Wow, that was really nice of you." And I was like, "Yeah, it's within your ability to have made that happen."
Dude, I understand. I agree with you that he should have done that. But imagine all the assholes behind you that would have gotten mad if that girl would have gotten straight back to the front of that line.
No, I'm just saying, while she's still off to the side, you have to go get popcorn anyway. Just take the extra 2 seconds to fill a cup with pretzel cheese. Like
Oh,
maybe
like you're talking about comping the cheese though.
well, no, or make a side deal. Like put the $2
Side
on the
deal.
side, ring it up before you take my order. Like
Do something quick.
it shouldn't be that complicated.
Yeah.
I wouldn't imagine. But maybe there's some sort of rule set that this guy can't follow
No, I think you're right.
that
I
bans
think you're right.
the pretzel cheese from happening. Like, but I was just like, that woman shouldn't have to get back in this line to order something that should be part of her order in the first place. Like, and I was a little worried that I was going to catch heat for taking her money and getting her order, because then she didn't have to get back in the line. But I was
They're like, no helping, no good
Yeah.
Samaritans.
yeah, boo! They
There's a
beat me to
sign.
death in
There's
the
a,
lobby.
there's a no good Samaritan
Yeah.
sign. Yeah, the mob comes from the back. I heard you bought some fucking cheese.
Yeah, I heard you got side cheese. We don't do side cheese here.
You got problems with our line? Is our line too long?
I just like, I don't know. I don't remember it being such a hassle in the old days to get the concessions, but maybe it has. Maybe it's always been a broken system.
Well, they used to have more people.
Yeah.
I don't go to the theater as often as I used to, but back in the day there were runners.
Right.
You had runners. The whole runner industry has just been completely
been destroyed. The gopher industry has
under
suffered.
the Biden administration. The runner industry is just completely depleted. But the other problem is, it's all, if there's no runners, it's all dependent on that guy.
Right.
And if that guy's the wrong guy, then you got problems. Sometimes you get some people, like every once in a while, I commend people who are working their ass off.
Right.
Like I'll just walk up to him and be like, hey, by the way, hell yeah, dude. Like
Yeah.
you're killing it. I really appreciate the work that you're doing. Cause you got to give it to them every once in a while.
Right.
They'll remember that stuff. You know what I mean? But if it's the wrong guy, like I'm saying, he was probably stoned.
Yeah.
How old was he? Round about how old was he?
You know, probably 18, 19.
Oh,
something
dude.
Like that. Yeah.
You know what I would have been doing?
No,
I would have been taking shots of pretzel cheese.
But see, I feel like your sort of cavalier attitude towards work at that point leaned more towards customer friendliness.
Oh yeah, no, I would have rocked that shit. That's
Yeah.
the thing. Like anytime I was customer facing, those people got taken care of. Except for there was a little fat kid one time. He was like 8, right?
Yeah.
And he got taken care of eventually, but I killed him, and
Yeah.
he got taken care of. But no, I was working at the register at a sandwich shop, and he ordered a sandwich, and it was like his whole family ordered a sandwich. He walked up, ordered his sandwich, and I'm standing there, and I just see a sandwich like held up by the register, and I kind of look over the thing at him, and he said, "I said no mayo," and I said, "No, you didn't." But I'm gonna take. I'll make you a new sandwich, but you did not say that. And my boss gave me a little talking to, and he's right. What am I doing? What am I doing? Just trying to sun this little kid?
Right.
No, you didn't, you little bitch. Like
Well, you don't want your good name besmirched. It's not a hearing problem with me. It's your problem.
This isn't my fault. This is your fault, you little turd, little Chris Farley looking.
Well, when I worked at the video store, there was like a bank of registers, right? Like a little semicircle of registers. Yeah. And I liked register 3. That was my sweet spot. But that was by the entrance door. And so people would constantly get rang up, and then start to go out out through the entrance door, be like, oh, and then go around to the exit door, right?
Yeah.
Even though the entrance door opens the other way, it's not a problem, right?
Yeah.
Both doors.
Unless you're an Aldi, by the way. I tried to leave. Have you ever tried to leave Aldi out the entrance?
No, I don't shop at Aldi.
Snipers, dude, just fucking lights all over you. You have to pay to use a card at that place, dude. Who has quarters?
Pay to use a cart? Oh, a cart.
You have to put a quarter in the quarter machine to use a cart at Aldi.
That is the beginning of the dystopia.
It's George Orwell is rolling in his grave. But yeah, so people would try to enter, and then they would go all the way around.
Yeah, so this lady one time, she rented like 4 movies, and she got her the thing we called a party pack, where you get drinks and candy and all this bullshit,
Oh,
right?
I love the old party packs, dude. Hell yeah,
Yeah.
you knew you're having a good night if you get in a party pack.
And I hand her the movies, and she goes to go out through the exit, or through the entrance, and she's like, "Oh, it's I can't go out that way." And I was like, "Well, actually, you can go out that way. It's not like the movies will explode or anything.
Oh,
Just
Jesus.
whatever. I don't know."
Yeah, yeah.
And she goes, "Excuse me?" And I was like, "Oh, I was just saying, like, nothing will happen if you go that way." And she's like, "Do you want me to put these movies back?" And I was like, "What?" And she's like, "You're giving me attitude. You want me to put these movies back?" And I and I remember just going, "Well, if you want to return the movies, you can. But if you think I'm just
You're gonna
giving
have
you
to get
your
in line.
if you think I'm giving your money back for that, then you would be mistaken. So you can be as mad as you want, but I'm not refunding you just because you thought I was insulting you somehow. Go through the entrance door. That's what's going to happen in this situation."
One time I worked at a bakery. It was the corner bakery cafe. There's chains all over the place. It's basically like a better Panera Bread.
Yeah, there used to be one in Visalia, which I
Yeah,
never went to enough, but I know people who loved it.
the food, it was just Panera Bread with better food. Like they actually made the pasta there in skillets,
Right.
Um, and this lady, I was bussing tables at one point, and I went out and I was like, I asked these people, "Hey, how are you guys doing? You need anything?" She's like, "Oh, they forgot my pickle with my thing," and I was really excited for my pickle, and I went, "Man, I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm gonna make sure somebody gets fired for that." And I walked back and got the pickle. What I was doing, the joke that I was making was that I understand when it sucks that you don't get your pickle.
Right.
It's not that she was overblowing this, but that's how she took it. That I was like, "Oh, I'll make sure somebody gets fired for fucking your pickle," making the
Right.
jerk off motion with my hand. I got like a talking to by like they talked to the corporate offices. They talked to the literal corporate office for Corner Bakery. Called my boss about the guy who was a jerk to one of the customers, and I was like, "Oh my God." Like when they told me, I was like, "I'm so sorry. Like I was making a joke. That's not the joke that I meant to make, but I do understand how she thought I meant that."
Sure.
Like I'm not like I mean, I wouldn't call the corporate offices over something like this.
Yeah.
But I
But
think
I'd
she
never
probably
I'd never call the corporate office over anything. That's my, like, now it's my time. You
yeah,
know.
I've talked to companies on Twitter before
Right.
where it's like, "Hey asshole, fucking A&W, my sandwich smells like celery. Why? You don't even have
Right.
celery in your repertoire." That happened leaving your house.
Yeah.
And they messaged me back, and I got in a long conversation with them until they realized I was just being an asshole.
Well, I think they tried to offer you coupons to the restaurant you didn't want to go to,
Yeah,
which
and
is
I
a
told them,
classic move from a place where you're complaining and they're like, "Do you want more stuff to come back
yeah,
here?" Yeah.
"You want more celery sandwiches?" I threw the sandwich out the window. Like I didn't throw
Yeah.
the wrapper out the window, just the biodegradable part of it. But because I didn't want my car to smell like it. But
Yeah.
I asked them for a job application so I could take them down from the inside.
Well, I remember. See, the video store was like was different. I got away with murder at that place because I was generally and genuinely very nice. I was a very good employee,
You're an affable
but
guy.
right, there was a dude who would come in who we all disliked, and he was just a bad customer. Like, he was always demanding, and he was rude, and he,
He's
like,
a real tough customer, they say.
yeah, he was he just sucked. It was like a creep to the female employees. He just sucked all the way around.
Hell yeah,
Uh
dude.
and the video store was open every day of the year. Every day, Dusty. Every goddamn day. So we opened late on Christmas, and that was it. We got an extra hour due to the birth of the Savior, to be with our family and friends. So
Gotta salute the J man. But
yeah.
you also people like renting movies on Christmas. I think I have rented movies on Christmas before.
Well, yeah, that was that Thanksgiving and the Super Bowl were like the busiest times of year because you got your whole family around and you're like 3 days in, you're like, God, I can't talk to any of these people anymore.
We can't keep talking to each other.
What can we do? We can all stare at a screen for
Give
3
me the
hours.
longest movie that you have.
Oh no, the rent 7 movies. We're just gonna run these back to back. The only reason we have to stop is for food. But the video store that day opens at 10. Ghost town. Except for this dude who's waiting for the video store to open. He has no one. He has no plans, no Christmas to attend. He just wants to come in. And we were running a sale. This is very important. I'm going to quiz you in a second, Andrew. On video games, they were 10% off for new games.
Okay.
Right? This guy comes in.
10% off rental or buy?
To buy.
Okay.
And this guy knows that we don't like him because I'm very frosty to this guy because it's been a very long relationship with him. He sucks.
He's probably used to it in his whole life too.
Right. So he brings a used game up for sale that is $10.
He's got like a smile on his face.
Yep. I ring the game up. It'll be $10.81. And he goes, no, that's 10% off. No, it's not. He goes, yes, it is. Now, Andrew, is it 10% off of used games?
No, it was distinct new games that it was
new
10% off.
Games. I go, no, it's not. He goes, yeah, that's what the sign says. And I go, no, the sign says new games. This sticker clearly says used game. And then he goes to start a further rebuttal, and I just go, I shouldn't have done this, but it's Christmas. I was tired. I didn't want to be there. I just go, dude, which one of us works here? And he goes, what? And I go, which of the two of us, who do you think is more familiar with the sale and what the sign says? You want to know why I know what the sign says? I wrote the sign. And he's like, well, and I was like, it's $10.81. You can either buy this game for $10.81 or you can leave. I don't care which thing you do. Also, it's 10% off. We're talking like $1.08.
$1.
Yeah. You'd buy this game for $9, but for $10, it is an affront to your budget to purchase it. And then he put it back. And I was like, great. I don't care.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah. Like, well, I'll call the corporate office. I hope you do. I never want to see you again. I hope you never come back. I
was at a movie store one time, and there was this guy. I can't remember what he said, so this is going to be a really empty story. But he was I eventually knew him in stand-up comedy. I didn't know he was a comedian at the time, but I did a few shows with him. It's kind of funny sometimes, but he was he really wanted to be George Carlin. He yelled, not George Carlin.
Louis Black?
No. The guy who screams.
Kinison?
Sam Kinison.
Okay.
He really wanted to be Sam Kinison. But anyway, he's working at this video store, and I'm standing there, and I'm hearing him talk to everybody, and I'm like, the way that he's kind of giving attitude and the way that he's talking, I'm like, this guy thinks he's Dante from Clerks. And when I got to the front with whatever I was doing, he was like bantering with me, and I was talking to him back, and then he goes, yeah, man, I just kind of sometimes I feel like I'm Dante from Clerks over here.
Yeah. Well, I feel like that's a very relatable sort of thing. And it's sort of like in Jackass, like we were talking about on our Jackass episode, like only the Jackass guys could be Jackass. Only Kevin Smith could write Dante. Like, you aren't Dante because you're not in a movie where somebody wrote all the funny lines and gave them to Dante. You're just a dude. And also, there's no repercussion in the movie for Dante being a jerk because it's not real. You shouldn't be a jerk because this is your real job and these are real people. Like,
it's charming because it's a movie. Like, he did it. He worked at also, like Dante, he worked at a convenience store in town for a while. Same thing, just with everybody. And it was just like, dude, you don't have the charisma of what is it, Jeff Anderson? Is that who plays Dante?
Yes, Jeff Anderson plays
Jeff
Dante.
Anderson.
I just think it's one of those things where it's like you aren't funny, and like if you met Dante in real life, Dante sucks. Like he's not a cool dude to meet in real life. He's only cool in a movie. He's like Stone Cold Steve Austin. You couldn't be Stone Cold Steve Austin at your real job because you would get fired. It's fun to cheer for him because he's, you're living vicariously through him.
Yeah, you can't kidnap your boss with a crossbow
Yeah.
and a gun that says "Bang 316," though it is the top rung of comedy.
Right.
Anyway,
McMahon 316 says you just pissed yourself.
did you watch Home Run Derby yesterday?
I did not watch the Home Run Derby, unfortunately.
Did you hear anything about the Home Run Derby yesterday?
Is that where the woman sang the national anthem very poorly?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I didn't know that was the Derby. I didn't know what event that was for. I watched most of the video this morning. That's an oof magoof.
I'm going to play a little bit of it. This person's name is Ingrid Andress. And because she's she's like a female country singer, I asked my girlfriend, I said, hey, have you ever heard of Ingrid Andress? And she said, yeah, I love her. And I just said, oh, like she just sang the worst national anthem I've ever heard in my life. Now, let's play a little bit of it. I just went to a random place towards the end.
Sure.
For the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Now,
yeah.
Before I shit on this woman, okay, she released a statement today.
I was going to say, I wondered if you heard the statement.
Yeah. And I give her props for this. I will read the statement. In its totality. I'm not going to bullshit y'all. I was drunk last night. I'm checking myself into a facility today to get the help I need. That was not me last night. I apologize to MLB, all the fans, and this country I love so much for that rendition. I'll let y'all know how rehab is. I hear it's super fun. XO Ingrid. Okay. Props. Hell yeah. She owned up to it. She just came out and said it. I mean, to be honest, best case scenario for her. Go out and say, hey, I was hammered. I'm going to rehab. Because that's way better than just being the worst singer I've ever heard in my life. It was a bad American Idol audition, right? Yeah. Dusty, one of these days on this podcast, maybe for the 200th episode, okay, I'm going to get blackout drunk and sing the national anthem.
I was going to say the other thing is...
you've seen me sing drunk.
Yeah. It's still good.
I'm not doing that. No. You know what I mean? It might be a little wacky.
the national anthem a cappella is brave like anyway. It's an incredibly difficult song to sing very well,
yeah, especially if you take risks with it. And there's you can sing it. The beginnings, surprisingly, at least for me, the beginning's harder than the end. The high notes at the end sound the best. Right. The beginning is a lot lower and harder to control, in my opinion. But especially in front of that many people. If you put me if you had me do it right now in front of you, it would probably sound a lot better than if you plop me into a stadium with 60,000 people and I had to do it. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Well, and it's unfortunate for that woman, because for both of us, I had no idea who she was either. I just kept seeing it brought up. And I was like, well, I got to see what happened. And then I went and looked her up and was like, oh, okay. So she's like, because I was like, did they let somebody who's not a professional singer just take a swing at this thing, or what happened? Because it's crazy to hear someone who's a professional sing that bad.
It's weird.
Yeah. Regardless of what else might have been going on, there are stories in time immemorial that of singers drinking and being able to still sing. It's one of the great things about rock and roll is you could just do it anyway. You know?
Yeah, you put a bunch of rock singers in a room and you spit in the air, it's going to land on an alcoholic. And like, so Mary, my girlfriend sent me a video of a show that she was at with Ingrid singing. Ingrid was off key at the show that she was at, but maybe she forgets how to sing when she's drinking, and she was drunk at that show too, because I haven't seen it yet, but I heard her Tiny Desk concert is really good. A lot of people were responding to her because the first thing I do when anybody fucks up publicly like this is I go to their Instagram comments, because a lot of people in the world, they aren't satisfied with just talking shit to the ether.
Right.
They want to go to the source, right?
Yeah.
They want to make this hurt. So like unrelated Instagram posts, you just go to the first 3 and you just watch just the worst people in the world say stuff like, did you see people posting a picture of Trump's ear and saying all of us after that thing? But I listened to, because a lot of people are saying you must rely a lot on auto-tune. That was a lot of people's guess, and that's not a bad guess, to be honest, because her problem, I mean, she had a lot of problems. Her problem, tone was her problem, sound like it was out of her range, like a lot of things. But key was really the issue, like the biggest issue. She couldn't find and stay in the pocket for the key. But I listened to her normal music, it doesn't sound auto-tuned. Or at least overly auto-tuned. Like if you listen to the new Blink-182 album, Tom is auto-tuned a lot on that album.
Yeah.
And if you watch them live, you see why. But he's better than he used to be honest, in a lot of ways. But
I bet there's still a lot of pitch correction. You know, because with Pro Tools, it's almost like a guarantee that you'll just fix somebody's voice in post or whatever, you know.
Yeah, from what I understand, pretty much like a lot of people do it now.
My other thought was I didn't see anybody. Maybe I didn't see the beginning. I don't remember, but like I didn't see anybody giving her a note at the. You know, even if it's a cappella, normally there's like a pitch pipe or there's something to give you the jumping off.
That's probably done in her ear because she had an earpiece in.
Okay. Like
if that's done, that's probably done in ear. But most people, you'll find it, because if you're a good singer, whatever key you start in, you can continue singing in.
Right.
Like sometimes it takes a few notes. Like this is a horrible example because it's so like low risk. But like when I sing karaoke, usually the first song, the first few notes, I can't find it for a second. Not usually, sometimes on the first song of the night, and then I find it, and then I'm in that pocket, right?
Right.
But like a cappella, you don't have the horns that you have to stick to. So
Right.
like if you miss the key at first, you're just in that key now. And like she was just going above it and below it and like all over the place. I feel for the girl. I hope she like goes to rehab and takes it seriously and gets this taken care of and comes back and has a successful career. This is not good for her career.
Yeah, well, and it's a bummer because like even if she, you know, she goes to recovery, things are good, she comes back, that like this lives forever. You know, it's an eternity now as like a thing that, and it's like until the next big so fuck up that somebody does, because like people are comparing did you ever see when Roseanne did the national anthem?
Yeah, that's a better. Go ahead.
People are comparing it to that because and Fergie. The last one was like, it was like Roseanne was the standard, then Fergie was the standard. Now this lady's the new standard for bad national anthems. So until the next one, people are just going to be on her about this one.
Yeah, and what's crazy is the Fergie one. I watched it today, because I talked about it on my radio show.
Yeah.
She made Fergie look like Whitney Houston.
Yeah.
Like Fergie did a really weird rendition of the national anthem. She tried to like be jazzy, like with the shoulders bumping up and down, and like
Right.
tried to take it. She took a risk with it, and it wasn't good, and it wasn't always in key, and there were problems. But this sounded like Yoko Ono singing the national anthem at some points.
Well, and there is just sort of an expectation, right? Like that at the end you get the runs for the land of the free, and then there's that big note for the home of the brave. Like there's an expectation, especially if it's a professional, that somebody's gonna, hit those notes. But I've seen, and again, I don't want to be like mean to this woman who had an unfortunate thing happen, but like at the AA or AAA ballparks that you and I have been to, they've trotted out singers that sounded better than she did. Like,
oh yeah, I've seen them at Little League fields.
Right. Like, it's rough. And so, have you ever seen the Marvin Gaye national anthem?
Oh yeah.
That to me is the all-time standard. It's just him and like a 3-piece little band, and he rocks that shit. And it's they play the beginning of I Heard It Through the Grapevine for it. Like, man, that's some silky shit.
Whitney rocked that shit too.
Yeah, Whitney Houston is the other.
I couldn't. There was a part of it where it reminded me of something that I heard a long time ago that you've probably heard as well. So I made a little video. It's 14 seconds long. I posted it to Twitter. It got no juice. But I don't know if people watched the end or if I'm off the mark here. Okay, so I want you to give me a ruling on this. Okay.
Okay.
Say by the dawn's early light, what's so proud?
Yeah, I don't think that's wrong. That's funny.
I think okay.
Yeah.
Okay. See, once again, no juice.
Well,
No juice. I don't know if people didn't watch it to the end. I thought maybe they thought I was just reposting the video.
Right.
I didn't want to do a watch till the end thing. I just put the caption was "What an anthem at the hashtag home run derby." I was trying to
Right.
be covert. But
you were trying to sneak it in. All right. There's something that we need to discuss because we've been kind of discussing it for the last few episodes. The Wolverine Deadpool movie comes out next Friday.
Okay.
So I believe that now is the time where we need to put in our guesses for what we think is going to happen at the box office.
What was the last Marvel movie that came out?
The Marvels, which was...
That's been a while, right?
Yes, that was like last November. So I think...
Damn, they took a little bit of a break.
Yeah. Well, they had to retool that entire movie, essentially. And it's not a bad movie. I think most people have determined that they enjoyed that movie. But I think it made... What did it make? 70 million the first weekend?
The first weekend, I'm looking at total. Where do you go to Box Office Mojo for that?
Yeah. But I think it didn't make as much as everybody had hoped. Guardians 3 did pretty well. That was earlier last year, but the Marvels, I believe, maybe less than that, maybe something like 60,
46 million opening weekend.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
Yeah,
for them.
How much did Furiosa make?
Less than that, in fact.
God damn, really?
Yeah.
26 million opening weekend.
Yeah.
God damn.
But Inside Out 2...
do I go gross?
To see the total?
Look at what I'm looking at. There's opening here, and then there's gross here.
Yeah, so... Let's see. Where
I don't know what the net... Huh?
Well, they don't know the net.
Domestic opening 26 million.
Yeah.
So we'll go domestic opening. That's what we're going on.
Yes.
Look at this. Oh, because that's total.
Yeah.
That's total. So domestic opening is 26 million for Furiosa, and then the Marvel's domestic opening is 46 million.
But Inside Out 2, like 150
Okay.
million. So there's still some juice for theater movies. And I don't think anybody thought that Inside Out 2 was going to make anywhere near that amount of money.
154 million
Yeah.
for Inside Out 2.
So
okay.
You got to remember, it's the end of the summer. Everybody's still out of school. People kids who watched Deadpool originally, probably still into it, are pumped for Deadpool and Wolverine. It's got interest from all the people we know, including myself, who weren't super on the train at the like for everything Marvel. So I think it's gonna do pretty good. I think that I'm gonna look. I think there's a place where you can look up box office tracking, like to get a idea of what they're projecting.
No, we can't use that, dog.
You don't want to use that?
We gotta go raw, dog.
All right, we'll go off the dome.
Is this going to be like a Deadpool movie? Is this rated R?
Yes, it's a, and they're bringing back classic characters. They're like, there's time travel. I think it's got all the shit that people want in it. And that people are excited for. I could be off the mark, but I think from everything I'm seeing, people are into it. And they filmed a tag that's been running in all the movie theaters about turning off your cell phones, but it's Deadpool and Wolverine, and the jokes in that little ad kill in every theater I'm in. It's like a lot of cursing that's bleeped out.
16 million, Dusty.
That's the guess?
No.
No.
But okay.
By comparison, they are suggesting that Twisters is going to make like $60 million this weekend.
Twisters. The question might be Twisters versus Deadpool. Dog.
That might be it. Yeah, I think Twisters is going to overachieve. I think people are pretty stoked for it.
So once again, the Marvels made 46 million. I think Deadpool's going to beat the Marvels.
Okay.
But it is rated R.
Right.
So it's going to take a hit. Inside Out 2 made $150 million, right? Isn't that what it was?
Yeah.
Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
I can go first.
It is your birthday. You can pick.
Yeah. I think that
and by the way, just so you know, we don't do Price is Right rules on this show.
Right.
The Price is Right rules are outlawed on this show. They're horseshit rules. If you go over by $1, you don't lose to somebody who is under by $50,000. Okay.
Right. That's fair. I think the best comp. I don't think the Marvels is the best comp because that's a movie with Captain Marvel that people didn't really like after the first movie and a new character in it. So I'm going with Guardians 3 as sort of my benchmark, and that made 118 opening weekend because that's like a beloved cast of characters in a sequel. This is the third Deadpool movie. You're right, it's rated R, which I think could cause a hit, but I don't think it'll be that big. I'm saying 130. I'm saying it makes 130 opening weekend.
We're going 130.
And I think Twisters could make something like 70.
I'm definitely going under.
Okay.
Like Evanescence. That's a slightly deep track.
Of course you would know the deep cuts of Evanescence.
Slightly deep cut Evanescence song. It was still a hit. I don't know anything that wasn't on the radio for the record. But you said 130.
I say 130.
I'm going $99 million.
So okay. That's not bad. I mean, I think if they make 99 million, they will be stoked. I think that they will still be happy with that opening number because there hasn't been a ton of juice going their way recently.
Yeah, I think they're happy with it. I looked at Deadpool 2. This isn't really a good analog because it is from 2018.
Right. We're pre-pandemic. This is the height of Marvel.
What do you think they did?
What did Deadpool 2 do opening weekend? I want to say 140, something like
125.
that. Okay.
So you think that this one's going to outdo Deadpool 2?
People love Wolverine, man. People are
Wolverine
in for fucking Jackman.
He's got the yellow suit. I can't wait to see the yellow suit. God damn it!
Look, you're joking, but that's what's
dude,
that's what's gonna happen.
Nerds. Do we want? Are we doing some skin in this game? Are we? What have we thought of something?
I mean, what the classic wager is, if I win, we do a wrestling review show. I don't know what we do if you win. We could watch Little Big League or some shit.
Some dumbass bullshit like that.
We're watching 2000s WCW if I win.
We're going to watch, if I win, we're going to watch, what did I tell you recently that was really good? You're going to watch the entire season of Shogun, and we're not going to do an episode about it.
I just have to watch Shogun.
Yeah, we got to talk. We got to talk about it offline.
It'll be a long. It'll be a long, subtle burn for that.
Yeah,
for me. But I'm down to do it. No, we could do. You could think of something for the show that we have to do.
I wish you had a more public. Well, we both have Facebook.
That's true. We do have Facebook.
The loser has to. God, I don't know if I want to sign up for this.
No.
The loser has to post a Chuck Norris joke on Facebook.
That's not so bad. I'm okay with that.
Dude, that would
destroy you.
Would kill me.
I know.
So bad.
Yeah. And you have to put, hey, have you guys heard this one? And then
that almost makes it better because people some people will pick up that I'll like, hey, I wrote a joke.
Or you have to be like, saw this the other day, made me laugh. And then you have to put what punishment for you? What a devastating loss for your credibility.
Oh, man. Am I allowed to walk it back after 48 hours?
No, it's got to live.
No? Oh, I don't think I can do it then.
It's got to live.
I don't think I can do it if I can't walk it back.
No,
I have a reputation to protect. I'm a public figure, Dusty.
No.
My ratings will actually probably get better.
I was gonna say you might if this were a thing that you would do and we could do it, my bet would be that you have, because there's no equivalency, so it wouldn't be fair, but like that you have to open one of your public events for the radio station with a Chuck Norris joke from the Chuck Norris.
They always said open up with a joke, so here I go.
Yeah.
Chuck Norris clogs the toilet when he pees.
This
is Andrew Idell, Precious 957. How's everybody doing tonight?
This thing on? Hello.
When he pees, everybody.
Yeah.
You usually clog it when you poop.
This would be worse. I don't want to do this. I was going to say the loser has to post, just saw an interesting YouTube video. Is the Earth round? ?
Oh man. I couldn't do it.
No, I wouldn't.
There's too many people that respect me out there.
Yeah.
They'll probably, well, Andrew thinks so.
Well, there's too many people out there that would want to talk to me about it then.
Yeah.
Oh, finally. He's coming around. Yeah. To get text.
We'll think of something. I don't think I can tweet it. I don't think I can post a Chuck Norris joke and not be able to walk it back.
That's true bravery. I'm
afraid.
Live in the bit, you know. Okay, so
it's just the problem is it's on Facebook, so like it'll get a bunch of likes
sure.
and like a bunch of it'll probably be my most popular Facebook post of all time.
Yeah. That's
a bunch of people, because people are hack when they use the laughy emoji.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it'll be. It'll be a bunch of old people and fucking simpleton dumbasses posting the laughing emoji in my replies.
He brought him back.
He doesn't do push-ups. He pushes the earth down. You know what I mean?
A cobra once bit Chuck Norris, and 3 days later, the cobra died. You know, that's all those. All right, so
we'll find something.
Yeah, the Wolverine Deadpool movie is essentially an X-Men movie. So I found a list, Andrew, of the greatest X-Men of all time. And
the greatest X-Men, like the greatest mutants.
Yes. From the comic book X-Men. I have the top 10 here. I'd just like to see if you can tell me if you've heard of these X-Men and what their powers are. Also, if your only context is because you watched that Pete Holmes video. The various Pete Holmes videos.
I think I'll get some.
Yeah. Number 10.
I might surprise some people on this one.
That's true. I don't think you're going to start bad, I'll tell you that. Number 10 is a character named Blink.
No, I don't know who he is. I'm guessing he quickly teleports places, like he's really fast. Like he blinks out of existence and back into where he was before.
Yeah. Well, first it's a she, you chauvinist, tricked, gotcha.
Listen, it's not my blink.
The gotcha media once again.
I should have said he plays dank ass pop punk music.
He 182s. I don't know what he does. You are correct. She is essentially a fairy warrior from the forest who can teleport.
A fairy warrior. We just started letting them in.
Yeah, the X-Men had a don't ask, don't tell policy for quite a long time. Yeah.
Don't tell.
So she could teleport, but only by opening up portals. So she can't just poof and appear in another place. And the portals are pink. So that,
Of course they are.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. Good for her.
Number 9.
How's she doing? Is she live?
Good. Things are good.
She in any of the movies?
No, not officially, I don't think.
So it's a hipster list.
Yes.
It's a non-movie list. Okay.
Number 9, Deadpool. You're aware of Deadpool.
Yeah, so Deadpool is he's kind of a condescending prick.
Yeah.
What is Deadpool's superpower? I've seen the movie. He can't get hurt?
He can regenerate.
He regenerates.
Yes.
That's close
So he
enough.
can't be killed, essentially.
Is he a mutant or is it the suit?
He is a mutant because he had cancer, if you'll recall, and then he got injected with experimental...
I will not recall.
No, please recall. For the love of God, recall.
If he got his whole head blown off, would it come back?
He would come back.
Holy shit.
I believe. I don't know if it depends on which version.
So say he got his ear shot.
Fine. He's right on to New Hampshire.
Fine.
Yeah.
He's probably going to do well in the Iowa caucus.
Yeah. Number 8. Oh, and Deadpool also knows that he's in a comic book. That's his other power. He can break the fourth wall. So
for quips.
Yeah, various quips.
Yeah.
He's aware of the other movies, you see. That's also funny. So,
okay.
Number 8, Gambit.
I'll be the judge of that. Gambit. Yes, I've heard of Gambit. Is he played by Alan Cummings?
No, that's a different guy.
Oh, shit. Is Gambit the card guy?
Gambit
really
is the card
cards?
guy, yes.
His superpower, if I remember correctly,
yes,
is that he throws cards really well.
That's half of it. It's his power is that he can charge any object with kinetic energy. And then it becomes an explosive device. But he just likes
using cards.
He uses playing cards because he's from the Bayou.
That's very stupid. You use something that's more aerodynamically sound.
Yeah.
You'll be a lot more. It doesn't matter how good you get with playing cards. If you just use like BBs.
Yeah.
You just have various rocks in your pockets.
Very small rocks.
Yeah.
Yeah. He has a bow staff. He has a trench coat. He's like essentially like
an incel.
Yeah, yeah.
He's got playing cards, a bow staff, and a trench coat. Does he wear a fedora?
No, but he is from New Orleans, and he was originally a member of the Den of Thieves. So pretty cool guy.
Yeah, dude, all right.
My favorite X-Man for many years. I like
definitely
Gambit.
doesn't sound like something that an absolute nerd came up with.
Number 7.
Are these all Stan Lee guys?
No, not all of them.
Some of them.
Some of them, yeah.
What did young Stan Lee look like?
He's doing okay, I think. Number 7, Beast. You wear a Beast.
I did the
Not
Oh, he just looks like Stan Lee. Young Stan Lee is just a handsome American man.
Yeah, he's like
What's he doing? What's he doing with that mustache when he got older?
He's like just a dude from the '60s. Like a pretty.
He's just like a good look at this guy. This guy's a freaking movie star.
Yeah.
Look at him. Look at that guy.
Yeah.
I'd marry that guy. He's got so much pomade in his hair. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's a Dapper Dan man for sure.
Was he in the service?
That I do not.
Is he an American hero?
He might have been in WW2, the big one. I don't know.
World War Boogaloo.
Yeah.
Beast. Does he happen to be a beast of burden?
Some could say that that's the case.
They've already got a werewolf. Beast turns into a dog.
I like a fifth of credit, like 20% credit.
Okay.
Beast is incredibly agile, has like giant hands and feet. He's a normal dude, but then he tries to experiment on himself to cure his mutation, and he turns into a big blue furry monster guy. So he's like incredibly smart. Yeah, but he turns all blue. He's in the movie. He's in some of the movies. Kelsey Grammer plays him hilariously in X-Men 3.
There's a lot of furries with blue hair out there. So
he was ahead of his time.
Oh yeah, this looks stupid as shit. All right, go ahead. I'm looking at
it. Number 6. I can't imagine that you would.
Dude, I can't like this movie. Dude, look at this. I can't pretend that I like this movie right here.
Actually, that's one of the better ones. That's from X-Men First Class, I think. That's a pretty good movie.
That's him seeing himself in a mirror like, this is what they came up with?
Look at what they did to me.
He looks badass as like the
cartoon Beast.
That's the hard thing about X-Men. Like, they look cool as cartoons and they try to make them people.
If you go to the next one, I think that's Kelsey Grammer. There he is. Look at him.
Right here?
Uh-huh.
Holy
That's Frasier, dude.
That's Kelsey Grammer?
Yeah.
That doesn't look like Kelsey Grammer. I can tell you that.
Uh-huh. What's he gonna do with all those? With that tossed salad and scrambled eggs? Yeah. Number 6, Cable. What you know about Cable?
Jesus Christ. I know nothing of Cable. He is like life beyond the wall to me. Cable can he can like pull electricity out of things and then put them into other things.
That's a pretty good guess.
Of course it is.
He's from the future. He's a time traveler. So he has future tech. But he has to come back in time to try to save the world because his world's all fucked up. It's all dystopia. So he has to come back in time to try to stop the apocalypse from happening. And
he's just trying to shut down TikTok.
Yeah, he's like, no, you don't understand. They took all our data.
This gets really bad.
Yeah, it's dark. Number 5.
What does he do? His thing is just that he's from the future.
Well, he's got future tech. So, but he shoots guns and shit. He's he's from the future, but his power is that he can. He uses energy, but just energy to to shoot guns and stuff.
All right.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Number 5.
Number 6, best X-Men of all time.
Yeah.
All right.
Number 5, Nightcrawler.
I've heard of this one. Nightcrawler can be invisible.
He can teleport. This is Alan Cummings.
Oh, this is the guy that he's like a black poof.
Yeah, blue guy. has
blue guy, and he's got like a little poof when he
Yep.
pops out of existence.
He's French. He's kind of a monk. Nightcrawler pretty cool. He can teleport.
French.
He can teleport anywhere he can see. So like if he gets stuck in a I forget how it works, but there's something where it's like he's worried about getting stuck in a wall or some shit. Oh, if he tries to teleport and he can't see where he's going to go, he could end up getting stuck in a wall or some shit and die, which is a hilarious way for
Very
him.
funny.
Yeah.
It's like in Little Big League when what's the guy's name? The Let the Big Dog Eat. What's that actor's name?
Daniel Stern.
When Daniel Stern gets caught between the two doors between their hotel rooms all night.
Yeah, it's Rookie of the Year, by the way. You said Little Big League.
Shut up, dude.
Yeah, well, how about you shut up?
It's the same.
Yeah.
It's the same movie.
Number 4, Rogue.
Oh fuck! Is Rogue sexy blue girl?
No, that is Mystique. Just outside of the top 10 on Mystique.
Oh, Mystique didn't make it.
Not in the top 10.
God damn. Rogue. Dude, I'm trying to think of X-Men. Rogue is a woman.
Yes.
Oh, no. That's a different girl. If I say this, just say no if the other person is still on the list, okay? Or just say no either way because don't give me a tell.
Right.
Is she the one that kisses people and kills them?
Yes.
Hell yeah, dude. Look at me.
It is because she absorbs the energy of other people if she touches them. So it's not
energy stuff going on. They're all the same shit.
It's not kissing in particular that dooms you. It's bare skin contact with Rogue.
She's just horny.
Yeah, well, that's kind of her story. Is she's like, why can't I touch anyone? No one can touch me.
Yeah.
You know, and then like.
We just need the super duper condom. It'll be fine.
She like, so her now generally in her power set, she can fly. She's super strong, all this shit. It's because her power, she held on to the original Miss Marvel for too long, sucked too much of her energy and got those powers permanently from Miss Marvel, put her in a coma. Coma that.
This is crazy, dude.
Yeah. Comaed her right up.
She come at that pitch.
Number 3, big hitter. We're talking Storm.
Oh yeah, that's Halle Berry.
Yep.
She controls the weather.
She controls the weather
and bring big ass thunderstorms.
Well, you know what happens to a frog when it gets hit with electricity?
What does it do?
Same thing that happens to everything else.
Jesus Christ!
One of the lines from the original X-Men.
God, I gotta find that terrible Ray Park scene, and at some point I might have to watch this movie again because he does something really stupid in that movie. Other than that,
in the original X-Men film,
he's actually in Deadpool versus Wolverine. By the way,
I bet he is. Yeah, because
spoiler alert,
Sabretooth also in that film. So
if Storm say, and I'm sure they play around with this because they're funny. If Storm like goes on vacation,
okay.
Say Storm has a tea time at Pebble Beach, because every once in a while you pay $600 for a tea time at Pebble Beach, non-refundable, and you can't postpone it.
Right.
You have to play when it's stormy and it's windy, 180 miles an hour. Right.
Right.
Can she just go fucking? It's clear now.
Yeah, she controls the weather.
Sick.
Yeah, she's got cool ass powers. Like it's one of the cooler.
She's got to fix climate change.
Yeah, she's in it with big energy. Actually, turns out.
Yeah.
Storm's been bought. So number 2, another big time X-Man. Talking Cyclops.
Oh yeah, Cyclops. His power is that his eyes kill everything, and he has to wear glasses. Really weird glasses to prevent his eyes from killing everything.
Yes, because he shoots very powerful lasers out of his eyes.
Does who made those glasses?
Professor X.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Not in the top 10 of his own X-Men. He's like,
yeah, it's dumb because number 1's gonna be Wolverine.
Number 1.
Yeah.
Logan.
Wolverine.
What are Wolverine's powers?
He has a titanium skeleton.
Adamantium.
And
you fucking dweeb.
No, I'm glad I don't know that, Dusty. And he's got fangs. I mean, he's got claws. Does he turn into a werewolf?
No, nobody's a werewolf. I don't know where you got. Somebody's probably a werewolf. Nobody I'm aware of turns into a werewolf. I just
assumed Wolverine was a werewolf.
I think you might be thinking of Sabretooth.
There is a Sabretooth.
There is a Sabretooth.
That is true.
Yeah.
Isn't that Wolverine's brother?
That is Wolverine's brother. In some of the lore. Some of the lore, not his brother. But most of the time,
so stupid.
His brother. Wolverine's powers are he has super high healing factor. And he has super heightened senses. And the adamantium was grafted onto his bones because he could heal super fast. So he's like the only dude that this thing wouldn't kill, essentially. So they
wouldn't kill Deadpool.
Wouldn't kill Deadpool. That's true.
Got you there.
Fucking nailed you, dude.
Got everybody else on that too.
Fucking smoked him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So well,
I'm gonna go to a convention and ask. I'm gonna go. Why was Logan the one that was given adamantium? And people are gonna be like, "You dumb bastard." It's because only his bones would be able to withstand. And I'll let everybody start laughing at me and throwing stuff at me and making fun of me because I've had sex with a woman before.
Right.
And then I'll be like, au contraire.
Sure.
Because that shit would work on Deadpool too.
Yeah, but
I'll just start shooting everybody in the room.
But the Weapon X, no, the Weapon X program was shut down by then. So there's no way that you can put adamantium on Deadpool's bones.
We've got a guy with a time machine.
It's true, but Cable, one of the more serious X-Men characters, he doesn't have time for frivolities because his future world has been destroyed.
If Deadpool and Cable got in a fight, who wins?
Probably Deadpool.
Yeah. Take me back and give me some adamantium, you son of a bitch. But Deadpool doesn't need the adamantium because he
can't be killed.
Heals anyway.
Yeah. So that's it. Those are the top 10 X-Men of all time.
I got like 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah, I mean, there are ones on there that I don't even really know. Blink doesn't really do anything for me. I only know I watched the cartoon a ton when I was a kid, so that's how I know who Cable and most of these guys are.
Cable guy.
If only he had went to medieval times, Cable would maybe not be such a jackass all the time. It's always like a bummer. It's like Cable can't go to the mall because he's like too busy being worried about the apocalypse that's coming. Like he's like your friend who every time you go someplace wants to tell you why that particular place is bad and evil. And you shouldn't give your money to him.
Those people are not my friends.
No, those people are the worst. Well, actually,
I will be picking Chick-fil-A out of my teeth while I tell them to leave me alone.
Well, no, it's more like, Starbucks is actually a huge corporation that you're throwing your money to, and blah blah blah. And I'm like, nah, I don't care, dude. I gotta get coffee from somewhere. So
does the corner mom and pop shop have cake pops?
Yeah, seems like they're missing out on cake pops.
Do they have unbelievably bad breakfast sandwiches?
Somehow impossibly bad breakfast sandwiches
that taste like yoga mats.
Do they have breakfast bento boxes with questionable? What was it?
With slimy cucumbers?
Yeah, with at best questionable cucumbers.
Do they have really bad drip coffee?
Do they have cups that spontaneously burst every time?
Oh, I forgot that shit used to happen all the time. I would get a coffee almost every day and the cup would just drip out the whole time. And I'd be screaming, you're a multinational, multi-billion-dollar organization and you can't make a fucking cup that holds the one thing that you're supposed to sell.
Yep.
Anyway,
was
that the game you wanted to play?
That is the game I wanted to play.
You want to do some trivia real
quick?
Let's
do some trivia and get out of here.
Get out of here. This is the Dozen Daily Trivia. This is run by Barstool Sports. It's comprised of 9 questions, 3 of which are sports, and the rest are general American culture. Let's start with NFL. This Chiefs quarterback threw 28 touchdowns and totaled over 4,000 passing yards in 2000 before joining Baltimore in 2001.
I believe this to be one of the cooler named people on earth, Elvis Gerback.
Holy shit, if you get this one. Oh, wow. You're old. You are
I
old.
am old. Played a lot of Madden in my day, you know what I mean?
College football. Fullback Owen Schmidt played for this at the time Big East school from 2005 to 2007 before becoming an EA NCAA football cover athlete.
This may shock you, Andrew. I have no idea.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know either.
Yeah.
Tennessee.
Sure. As good at it.
Wrong. MLB. After a legendary collegiate career, Gordon Beckham got drafted 8th overall by this AL Central team in 2008, later making his MLB debut for them in 2009. This is the White Sox. I'm good for something every once in a while.
Look at that.
Nailed that one. Geography. The Henry Ford Museum. I'm guessing this is the Henry Ford Museum.
No, it's for the famous,
what?
for famous American entrepreneur Henry Ford.
I'm guessing this is Michigan, right?
I have no idea. I don't know anything about it.
I'm guessing this is Michigan. Nailed it. Hell yeah, dude.
You know what? That makes a lot of sense.
Motor City, dog.
Yeah. Isn't it?
Celebrity mashup. That is Simon Cowell and...
Lord only knows. Oh my.
I'm gonna. It's not. I don't think it is, but I'm gonna guess Carrie Underwood because
Okay.
it is a. And I don't want to wait.
Right. For our lives to be over.
It started playing in my head immediately.
Yep.
Wrong. It was Simon Cowell though, for sure. I just don't know who the person in the middle is. Chain restaurants. In 2024, what major pizza chain began selling handheld mini pizza puffs sold in sets of 4 under the name of Crazy Puffs?
You know, that's got to...
Who the fuck do you think this is, Dusty?
That's got to be Little Caesars, dog.
Who else would sell something like that?
I've seen the commercials.
Television. Following 2 women attempting to, quote-unquote, make it in New York. This acclaimed Comedy Central sitcom starring Ilana Glazer and Abby Jacobson ran from 2014 to 2019. Do you know this one?
That is Broad City. Pretty funny.
I would have gotten this wrong.
Pretty good.
I would have guessed 2 Broke Girls.
Oh. Kat Dennings, dog.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Never mind. Johnny Depp played a mystery author. I had a nickname for Kat Dennings during the what TV show was she on?
She was on 2 Broke Girls.
Marvel.
Oh, she was in Thor.
She was also in wasn't she? She was in the television show. Not Loki, the other one. One with the old school television show.
Oh, WandaVision. Yeah.
WandaVision. Yeah. Johnny Depp played a mystery author with writer's block in the midst of Painful is the Secret Window and The Painful Divorce in the 2004 psychological thriller based on the Stephen King novella. Am I correct?
That is Secret Window, yes.
I knew I had to get in the out in front of that one just to show everybody that I actually knew it. Music. But she wears short skirts, I wear t-shirts. She's cheer captain and I'm on the bleachers are lyrics from what 2008 Taylor Swift song?
Man, if only Kai were here. I don't know.
This is Love Story.
Okay, sure. I like that song. I don't know that I know the lyrics besides the chorus.
Hold on, let me see. Can't you see that I'm the one who... You belong to me. This is you.
Oh, okay.
You belong with me. I always get those two. Yeah. Oh man, Kai! I gave Kai a heart attack right now. Oh,
I would not know this one.
Man, Kai would have been so mad at me if I picked Love Story for that one. I'm glad I put some thought into that. We're gonna double dip, even though you know.
Yeah.
Celebrity mashup. Who is she? Oh, is that Lena Dunham?
Oh,
I don't know.
That would be weird.
Could be.
I guess, yeah. Why not? Because she's not really famous anymore. Yeah.
I think I got it right.
Impossibly.
Nope. I don't know.
Yeah, it's green now.
I got it right. Hell yeah, dude.
8 of 9.
Look at
us go.
Who is this? West Virginia. Oh man, I can't believe I didn't get that one. By the way, the mashup 5%.
Dude, I would have never pulled Lena Dunham. That's
I got a 5%er.
yeah.
I saw a picture of her the other day. Rough.
She's in a new movie where the trailer looked pretty good, but the reviews are
I was gonna
terrible.
say something. I was gonna never mind. I'll say it offline. I love you guys. Thank you for listening, and I think this is a good an hour and a half is good for the one-on-one episodes.
Yeah.
We don't, you know what I mean? Where we will be back next week with hopefully a movie if these people can figure out their stinking schedules.
We're very happy to have our guests. We love them. We hope that they are able to make time to be on the show.
Every bad cop needs a good cop.
That's right. Thank you for listening. Follow us on all the socials. As Andrew pointed out at the beginning, hit that like button so that Andrew can sleep at night. He needs it for him and his cat. Please help them. And we'll be back again next week.
For the love of God. He's been hounding me. He's like, you still don't have any likes, huh?
What about those likes?
Just shits on my bed.
Yeah. We'll be back next week because the Snark Marks podcast is a silly place.
What?